Radio, a constantly changing art form. Marconi. Lakehurst, New Jersey.
Oh, the humanity.
The Mercury Theater.
This is Orson Welles, ladies and gentlemen.
A new world order.
Hi, this is Casey Kasem.
From that first broadcast, a medium that has been pruned, honed, trimmed, winnowed, bonsaied, pruned, and deposited here today, ready to be moistened with the watering can of evolutionary dew. This is the Dennis Miller Show.
What's up, Roshi? Let's light this candle. Hey, folks, welcome to the Dennis Miller Show. I am the aforementioned Mr. Miller. In our next segment, we'll catch up with Republican Congressman of Michigan, Thaddeus McConner.
T-Mac.
Yeah.
He's T-Mac.
All right. And you're earnest today, huh? Come over here.
Sure am, D-Mill.
There, let me scratch you. Here's some kibble. Take the kibble. Take the kibble. T-Mac, wasn't he speaking liberal recently? Some hilarious clip or something?
Well,
you sent it to me.
Yeah, that's actually from a few years ago, but it's making the rounds again. Yeah, he gives it. Yeah,
they redropped?
Yeah. You got to reissue every once in a while.
Huh.
There's bonus tracks and some new liner notes, but that's a oldie but goodie.
All right, cool. P.T. Anderson with director's cut. We'll break it down. I'm glad we should redrop. He'll give us his thoughts on the latest unemployment numbers. And then we'll look ahead to Saturday's GOP primary in South Carolina with Weekly Standard editor Bill Kristol. And I'm telling you, listen, like you who follow the show know you know politics better than me. But occasionally I stumble. I have a funny feeling about Gingrich, right? I just think if he has another debate like that, people are starting to look at. I've always said, ever since Herman, I've always said, it can always start 3 weeks ago, but we need somebody who's electable. I actually thought Herman would be electable, but it turned out he had groins of clay, as they say in the trade. But I don't know if, I'm looking at Romney now for the first time. I can say, I don't know who's telling me he's electable, and, why are they telling me he's electable? Because, God.
He's so handsome. Yeah,
I know, and he's a good man, and he's done a lot of things. I don't hold the business, but, man, some of those answers are too tepid. They're going to try to kill this next guy. Honest to God. I mean, it's like Silkwood. And I think Gingrich would, I don't know, Gingrich smart enough to put crazy glue all up and down his brake line, I think. It would be they could not put the prick hole in it to steer him off the road because, God, But then again, you got to be an adult here. I heard somebody, Krauthammer, I think last night, saying those debates don't come till late in the cycle, and very infrequently do they change things. And I do remember Kerry beating up on Bush in the debates, right? In all three of them, he did pretty well.
Some people felt like Al Gore beat Bush the first
time. No, I don't remember that because he was so awkward that he might have scored a few points about wonk points, but I don't remember that way. I remember coming away from that with most of the country thinking, what an odd man Al Gore.
No, that's true.
So
but you're right about Kerry. I think
Kerry
a lot of people agreed on that.
Yeah, so maybe it's not enough, but man, I'd love to. Can we DH him and just can Mitt pitch and have Newt DH? That's what I would love. But we'll talk about the GOP primary in South Carolina with Weekly Standard editor Bill Kristol. Also taking a lot of your phone calls this hour at 866-509-RANT. That's 866-509-7268. I think I have to get out a little earlier today because T-Mac is coming in at what time? What time do you want me out, Christian? And I will answer your call.
I would like you out in the next 5 minutes.
All right. Make it more nebulous. So when I asked you what time you would like me out...
We're not supposed to say what time it is.
Oh.
At X15 or X16 would be great.
All right, Jim. Wasn't that the name? There might be a way to get that character, which I love so much. But I can't always violate the Hippocratic Oath and go to the Chimp Doctor. Maybe periodically, just as my aide-de-camp, I refer to you as Chim Chim, and you give me that. Would that be a better glide in for you? I know you have to summon. Now, what's the underlay in your head? You think about the long years, working 3 jobs and interning at at St. Simeon ER, and I don't know. Can you glide as easily into if I just say, "Hey, Chim Chim"?
Huh?
I can see. You're a
it's
pro.
A little different, though.
You're a pro.
I've been workshopping the Chimp Doctor, so I feel like I really understand who he is now.
Hit your mark. Don't knock over any of the rubber tires in the cage, and say your lines. Right, Chim Chim?
Huh?
Shut up, Dr. Phil's wife. Already she's whining. Are you going to take her benefits? I don't know why your old man doesn't pay for your benefits. He's making a buck, isn't he? You're not going, Phil. Phil's living my life. Let's get to the soup of the day, which is Bay Harbor cheese soup. This is a whaler's fart with a crouton, and it's brought to you by AMAC. AMAC is the leading conservative alternative to the AARP. 2 elderly insurance companies went into the water that night. Only one came out. AMAC. Show me the way to go home. AMAC is the leading conservative alternative to the AARP. They're fighting for tradition. I'm sorry, that's too good.
It is.
2 competing insurance companies went into the water that night. Daybreak, only one. AMAC, the leading conservative alternative. It's the only impression. I just found my second impression. Quint. You can do that. Ed McMahon. I got 3. Ed McMahon introducing a dance troupe on Star Search. Kayak! And I've got news that'll move you and shake you. And then I'll play the real thing.
I've got news that'll move you and shake you. I'm president of Lonesome Roads Enterprises. I own 51% of the voting stock. You're in bed with me, Larry. In bed.
Nobody has spit out the word bed more brilliantly than the great Tony Francias, who I hope was nominated for an Oscar. Mine's not bad, though, is it, though? I've got news that'll move you and shake you.
I'm nominating you for an Oscar right now.
AMAC, the leading conservative. I'm like Carvey. This is how Carvey would get started. I had an office next to his, and he'd get hooked on something, and he could not get off it for the rest of the day. He could have gotten hooked into this. I can hear the rhythms, and he'd say anything. Danny, you want to get something to eat? 2 competing dinners went into the water that night. Steakhouse, crab house. Daybreak, only the crab house there. That's his way of telling you he wants to go have seafood. AMAC, the leading conservative alternative to the AARP. We got to get Carvey on here this week, and just I'll set him up with the Quint thing, and we'll just let him tell him we just want 3 minutes of his time, and tell him I've got a concept I want to pitch to him, and then we'll give him 180 seconds, and he'll make it brilliant. I guarantee you, he could I know his bailiwick. If I just said, okay, it's Quint. Everything's shot through Quint. Common everyday decisions. And it's in the voice when he gets drunk and talks about the Indianapolis. And Carvey would run with it, and we'd all have to be resuscitated. AMAC, the leading conservative alternative to the AARP. They're fighting for traditional American values, fiscal responsibility, restoring common sense to the government. Join the AMAC Army today at americasrising.com. AMAC, the Association of Mature American Citizens. Better for you, better for America. We got Thaddeus McCotter coming up right after the break. That was the Soup of the Day. This is the Dennis Miller Show.